World 24 hours. Iran Supreme Leader warns of consequences if U.S. enters wearing a message to the nation. Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei declared that Iran is not a country that surrenders easily. Iran, U.S. should stop threatening. Let the Americans see that Iran is not a country that surrenders easily, and any military intervention from them will surely have irreparable consequences, Mr. Khamenei said on June 18th. In his second public speech since Israel launched the Rising Lion campaign. Those who are wise and knowledgeable about Iran, who know the Iranian people and history, will never speak to our country in a threatening tone, Mr. Khamenei added earlier on June 17th. U.S. President Donald Trump called on Iran to surrender unconditionally and warned that Mr. Khamenei could become a target of U.S.-Israeli forces. Eli Jeremiah, a senior fellow at the European Council on Foreign Relations, said Trump was facing a choice between diplomatic action or war. With Iran, leaders always have a choice in moments like this. Trump has backed down from the brink of war with Iran, and he could do so again, Jeremiah said. If the U.S. military attacked Iran's nuclear facilities, it would be a declaration of war, Jeremiah said, and a war with Iran could take up the rest of Trump's presidency. In a statement carried by Tasnim, Iranian news agency, Khamenei said, "War will be answered with war. Bombing will be answered with bombing. Attack will be answered with attack. Iran will not bow to any demands." Trump, Macron always says the wrong thing whether intentionally or not. Emmanuel always says the wrong thing, Trump commented on the social network Truth as Air Force One took off, taking the U.S. president back to Washington from the G7 summit. On June 17th, Trump said he will leave the G7 summit a day early because of what is happening in the Middle East. Commenting on Trump's early departure, French President Macron told reporters in Kananaskis that the U.S. was seeking to negotiate a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. "There is an offer to meet and talk," Macron said. "The U.S. is committed to reaching a ceasefire agreement. They can put pressure on Israel. The situation can change," Macron added. Trump dismissed the French president's comments. The attention-seeking French President Emmanuel Macron mistakenly said that I left the G7 summit in Canada and returned to Washington to seek a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. Wrong. He has no idea why I returned to Washington, which certainly had nothing to do with a ceasefire. There are far more important things, intentionally or not. Emmanuel is always wrong. Stay tuned. Trump wrote on Truth. Israeli military directly warns Iran's supreme leader on June 17th. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz warned that Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei could face the same fate as former Iraqi President Saddam Hussein. "I am warning the Iranian supreme leader to stop his war crimes and launching missiles at the people of Israel," Katz said during a meeting with senior Israeli military officials. He should remember the fate of a dictator in a neighboring country who chose the path of opposing Israel, Katz said, referring to former Iraqi President Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was president of Iraq from 1979 until he was overthrown and sentenced to death in 2003. Katz also warned at the June 17th meeting that the Israeli military was about to destroy 10 more Iranian nuclear facilities. North Korea sends 6,000 personnel to help Russia restore Kursk region on June 17th, Sergei Shoigu, secretary of the Russian Security Council, said that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will send 1,000 engineering soldiers and 5,000 military personnel to help Russia restore infrastructure in the Kursk region. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has decided to send 1,000 sappers to clear mines on Russian territory and 5,000 military personnel to help Russia restore infrastructure destroyed by Ukrainian forces. Shoigu said. According to Shoigu, Moscow and Pyongyang also plan to build a memorial to North Korean soldiers who died in the effort to help the Russian army regain control of the Kursk region. In late April, Russian President Vladimir Putin thanked North Korea and his leader Kim Jong-un for sending forces to participate in the operation to liberate Kursk, repelling the Ukrainian army.